Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Do Something Day. And boy, are we excited to be here on Do Something Day. My name is Holly Holiday, and I am the president of Sisters Lead, Sisters Vote, and one of the conveners of Win with Black Women. Yes, I am one of the 44,000 that has now grown to over 100,000. And we are excited today to be bringing up the first of what will be many candidate spotlights. You know, one of the things that we try to do is to highlight and to showcase the brilliance that is Black women's leadership everywhere. And this is our very first one, but not our last one. We'll be bringing you regular spotlights of candidates. That's right, Black women candidates from across this country. Just a little facts on Black women candidates that you may not know. We started this year with nearly 900 Black women running for office. And guess what? The majority of them made it into the general election. They went through their primary process and made it into the general election. And we are excited to be tracking more than 500 Black women nationwide. And I know you're thinking to yourself, I didn't realize there was that many Black women running for office. I just knew about the one at the top of the ticket, Vice President Harris, that she was running for president. But what about all these other Black women? Well, don't worry. We're here to make sure that you are informed, that you are engaged, that you have all the information, and we're going to be introducing a few of those. So in case you're wondering, who are the Black women running in my state? How do I find out about other Black women running? And I want to know where they're running, regardless of party, and what office they're running for. Well, guess what? Head over to sistersleadsistersvote.com. We got all the Black women candidate information that you could possibly want to know. We can tell you who they are. We can tell you where they're running, what they're running for. We have a little report. We have a map. We got all the things, and you don't want to miss it. You want to make sure that you can be the teller of the tale. You want to make sure that when they talk about the election of 2024, yes, the highlight for Black women might be Vice President Kamala Harris, but it is certainly not the entire book. And we want to make sure that when the story is told, we got Black women on every freaking single page. And we're going to start that page tonight. And actually, it's not night yet. We're going to start that page right now, actually. And what I'm most excited about is to bring up, we're not going to start with a legislature. No, that would be too easy. We're not going to start with someone running in an administrative position. No, that would be too common. We're going to start with the judge. Yep, that's right. We're going to start with a judge candidate. You know why? Because too frequently judicial candidates get overlooked. Most of our contact we think about with the judge is when we're in the courtroom. But guess what? There's another opportunity for you to have an interface with a judge that's really positive, and that's at the ballot box. That's right. In many places, you can vote for judge. And one such place is Wayne County, my former home, Wayne County, Michigan. And we are excited to be welcoming here with us today Adrienne Scruggs, a lifelong Wayne County resident. She's been practicing law for nearly 2 decades. Me too, girl. Me too. The struggle is real. And she is running for Wayne County, I believe, third circuit court judge. We're going to hear all about her in this quick Meet the Candidate segment. You do not want to miss it. This is a woman who is experienced. She is committed. She is doing all the things. And let's bring her up now. Welcome, Adrienne G. Scruggs.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here and share my journey, but just to speak with anybody who wants to tune in.
Absolutely. I love it. Thank you so much for coming. And I already see we got folks online joining us saying Scruggs for Judge. I love it. Thank you. Scruggs for Judge. So the people are clearly excited about your race. Let me tell you what we do here on the Candidate Spotlight. We want to make it real easy. We know folks aren't going to be with us a long time, but we want to make sure that the time that they are with us is impactful. So we're going to ask you 3 simple questions.
All right.
To get at the heart of it. I started this 3-question format with my tiny mics at the DNC, and I liked it so much, and we got so much positive feedback. I decided to just keep it rolling. So here are our 3 questions. with judicial candidate Adrienne Scruggs. First question. Why are you running for Third Circuit Court Judge in Wayne County?
Well, I'll start off with the easy part and say that it's a responsibility. When you have the ability to serve and you don't honor that role and that calling, then you are contributing to the issues and the problem. And I want to contribute in a positive way. And so I've been an attorney nearly 20 years now. And I've had a progression in my career where I was in private practice and advocating for my clients. And so I've been in front of the bench representing clients and seeking justice on their behalf. And then I worked for the court behind the scenes, writing opinions and orders and things of that nature in the civil division for several years, and learning and getting mentorship and guidance from a phenomenal judge who's no longer with us. His name was Prentice Edwards Sr. And he taught me what I call my ABCs, which is my always be calm. And he modeled that judicial temperament that people talk about all the time. And it's just treating people with dignity and respect. And he would say, Adrienne, people just want to be heard. And it's your responsibility to really see them and to hear them and give them that opportunity. And so that's what I held true to. And then I went on to work for the Wayne County Front of the Court, which is the 8th largest in the country. And serving in that capacity as a senior staff attorney and special prosecutor, and also joining their outreach team so I can connect the community with the court and bridge that gap. It's just service to a greater level. And so now I'm in the position I am now. I'm a family law referee at the Washtenaw County Trial Court. And while my mom lovingly refers to me as a mini judge, and I'm a judicial officer, I don't have the judge title just yet. And so with all of that experience, I know I'm the best person qualified to serve Wayne County in the capacity as circuit court judge.
I love this. And I love the eclectic nature of your experience, which isn't common, to have been not only in front of the bench, but have worked behind the scenes, to also have a heart for community. We just love all of that. And let me tell you, you got some fans out there. We see you, Yolanda and Cecilia. They're saying, go Scruggs from Detroit, vote for Scruggs for judge. So the people, listen, the internet streets is chatting and they're talking about vote Scruggs for judge. All right, let's go to
before November 5th.
Yes, I love it. Question number 2 is, what issues do you most want to impact, and who is in the way of the impact you seek to make?
Well, as a judicial officer and a judge candidate, it's a little different in terms of who's in the way, because it's a matter of making sure that we're being fair and impartial. What I would really like to make sure that I'm doing in anything that I do is making sure that I'm bringing integrity and honor to this role and restoring the public trust. And that happens with the actions that I take, with the transparency, with the fairness, and the treating people with dignity and respect. But we still got a lot of work to do in Wayne County, because I see you, Cecilia, I already voted. But we still have a lot of work to do in Wayne County. There's a tremendous county. It's over 1.7 million people there, and it's a huge docket and a huge responsibility. And so I'd like to go ahead and get started, hit the ground running, because I know how to do the work, because I do the work now, and really start administering justice fairly and equitably and getting the cases moved so that there's not that delay. There's, I believe, somewhat of maybe a 12-week backlog. And some motion filings at the Wayne County Circuit Court. And, that is a delay in people seeking and receiving justice. And so I want to do my part to help with that. I think
I love that.
And it's also increasing that public trust. It comes from that community engagement.
Absolutely.
And so I want to make sure I remove that barrier of just not engaging with the community, because I say it's for two purposes. It's for people to see the humility in me, and me to always be reminded of the humanity in the person before me, because I'm going to be presiding over cases, but I'm still a public servant, and you have to be engaged and connected with the community in order to truly serve. So
that spoke to me. I loved it. And listen, I wasn't the only one. Queen Jackson says, I love your well-rounded experience. We need more judges like you. Well, listen, y'all can have her, but you got to vote for her on November 5th. If this is what you like, if you like what you're hearing, you already know what to do. Listen, I have to say, I really appreciate that. And I appreciate the fact that you are, it's not necessarily a person, but it is an ideal. I mean, I think any of us who might have to have contact with the court would want a judge who prioritizes being fair, who prioritizes being impartial. Because I think, just like you said, what most people want is a chance to be heard in a way where they're not judged before they get their story out. So I freaking love that. Well, it feels like we should keep talking, but let's go ahead and go to question 3. Assume I have never been to your district. I've never been to Wayne County, although we know that I've been to Wayne County. But assume that I haven't. Tell me something that makes you proud or excited about your district. What is making you proud and excited about what's happening in Wayne County?
Well, I would say Wayne County, and then I got to give a shout out to the state of Michigan as a whole, because, we're just doing amazing things in our legislature on down. But I think Wayne County, the diversity, I love it. I love the diversity. I love the community spirit that seems to be so much greater on the rise than before. There's that connection. And I love the way people treat each other. When I go out and about, it's just a different kind of energy, that different camaraderie. When you go there, I'm in different spaces and different places, and people don't always look like me, but I'm so well received.
Yeah.
And it's just such a good feeling to have that community and that connection. And everybody, I'll say the vast majority, I'll give it that. The vast majority are about community, about connection, about that civic engagement. They're about compassion and seeing what they can do to help to prosper the next person. I love that there are different things that are happening in the county that, they've been in a red at some point, and now we are at a different grade. And so it's making housing things, it's still kind of crowded and we still have to do some things, but that's for another office, not mine.
But what's beautiful is, but you know what? This is one of my favorite questions, because I think it's important for the voting population, and let's just say the world, to understand that when we run for office, yes, it's on our qualifications. Yes, it's on our experience, but it's also because we love where we are and because we want to be of service. So I love that question, because it gives us a chance to talk about all the fantastic things that we know are happening in Wayne County, all the fantastic things that are happening in Michigan. And as a former Michigander, I certainly appreciate getting a chance to highlight my former state. So I just want to thank you for coming on and being part of our very first Candidate Spotlight. It has been amazing. For those of you watching, please share. I just want to say we had some great folks joining us. So we had Grace, who says, "Go Adrienne," hashtag Scruggs for Judge. We had Summer Moon, who says, "The only qualified candidate."
Thank you.
And even someone from Wisconsin says, "Man, it's good to know you," because even though they can't vote, they think the virtual support is great. And there's a little emoji. So, I mean, you are having an impact and setting the stage and giving us the fantastic view of what it is to be a candidate. I thank you for being our very first and setting the bar so high for the candidate spotlights to come. There is some information that we want to share about your race. We want to know how to support her. Here's how you do it. You go to www.scruggsforjudge.com. She's on Facebook and Instagram. We thank you so much for today. And we are signing off, but please be sure to join us, because we got more candidate spotlights to come and you do not want to miss it. The next one will be happening on the 11th, which is just in a few days, and we'll be going live with Michelle Colston running in Washington, D.C. That's it for now. See you soon.
Thank you so much. I
You're
appreciate you.
welcome.
Can I do one more reminder?
Why not?
It's a quick one. I
Go
just want to
ahead.
remind everybody to make sure that they vote in the nonpartisan category, the nonpartisan section of the ballot.
That's
In the
right.
state of Michigan, if you're voting for a judicial candidate, if you're voting Scruggs for judge, for the circuit court, you have to vote in the nonpartisan section in order to support me and vote for me.
Listen, I want y'all to vote in every part of the ballot. I need you to vote the entire ballot, including judges,
Yes.
including the nonpartisan, but get those ballot initiatives too. Make sure you turn through all the pages. Make sure they're not stuck together. Make sure you have looked at everything from the front to the back. Make sure you look on both sides if you happen to print it out or get it in the mail. Look through every sheet of paper. Make sure you mark in all the right places. Make sure you sign, follow all the directions,
Yes. Yes.
all the things, because we need
I
that
tell
vote.
them I tell them to treat the ballot like a grilled cheese sandwich because
Whew.
everybody knows how to make that. They're going to butter every corner of that bread. They'll get it nice and toasty and golden
Look
on
at
one
there.
side in that cast iron. And then they're going to flip that thing over and toast the other side. That's how you make sure you vote the entirety of your ballot. Treat it like a grilled cheese sandwich.
And there it is. And with that, we'll see you next time on the 11th. Bye.